25 after 10 here on this Monday morning. It's not just the beginning of the month or a Monday morning. It's exactly since a year since the Springboks lifted the World Cup at the Yokohama Stadium in Japan. Remember, we beat England 32-12. How can we forget? Well, tries by Makazole Mapimpi and Cheslin Kolbe, as well as Henry Pollard's goal kicking, earned the Springboks their third Rugby World Cup victory. Well, eNCA Hloni Mtimkulu is in Bloemfontein for us today, and they've produced two-time World Cup winners there. She was speaking to Frans Steyn earlier. He was the two-time World Cup winner, and also looking at the state of rugby and what has happened then. And we wish that that World Cup win, Hloni, was just something sort of like a magical golden ticket to sort of up the state of rugby in the country, but it hasn't really quite been that over the past year, has it?
Yeah, Yuveka, it hasn't been like that for a number of unions. One of them would be the Cheetahs in Free State Rugby, because not just this year, but we were talking off air earlier that in 2017 or 2016, when they won that Currie Cup title, they then had to be out of Super Rugby when it was cut down. And now again, they won the Currie Cup last year as well. They're the reigning Currie Cup champions. And now there's also some confusion or uncertainty there about their participation in future competitions. Before we talk about that, I do want to talk to Harold Verster, who I have with me, the former president and former managing director of the Cheetahs, about a year since the Rugby World Cup. Mr. Verster, just tell us your thoughts and how you reflect on a year since that Rugby World Cup win.
Yeah, thank you very much. What a wonderful year, 2019 World Cup win, Currie Cup win for us, and then this year. Luckily, I think we found some strength in the World Cup and the Currie Cup to tackle this year, 2020, and it started off on a very high note, but then COVID came. And it was very, very challenging for us and very tough for the rugby industry, not only in South Africa, but worldwide. So for us, 2020 is still a tough year, but we're used to toughness, challenges. It gives us strength to go forward.
And just how have the Cheetahs managed to stay relevant, producing talent, winning as well, given that, you know, as we said earlier, that you were first cut out of Super Rugby and now there's still uncertainty about your future, but you still managed to keep going. How has that worked out for you? How have you done that?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Every time it's a hard knockback for us, and then we have to start over again. I think the challenges in the past taught us how to deal with it. But it's very, very difficult. But we bounce back. I think it's the culture that we have, the way that our vision and our mission that we live by, and the people. I think it's about the people in the Free State. They say it's not the size of the dog in the fight that counts, but the size of the fight within the dog. And that's us, eh? There's a big fight within the Free State rugby people, all of us. We've got a big support base in South Africa, right through the country. Big support base in the Eastern Cape as well. So they carry us through difficult times. And our sponsors like Toyota, absolutely a power base of support. And that will keep us going. Challenges ahead again. But we've learned from the past. We will overcome that and get stronger and stronger.
Now, the Cheetahs and Free State Rugby have been very important for development in the country. And one of those bases has been Grey College, obviously, which is a few hundred meters from where we are at the moment. Just in terms of development, what have you gotten right in this province for the country?
Yeah, I think we did great work for development in this country. Myself, when I became president a couple of years back, it was still not transformed. We transformed this union and company into a transformed entities. Everybody is part of this now. We've done a lot of good work. I mean, the coaches of the World Cup, Rassie Erasmus and then Jacques and Neil Powell, Dan Hemia now, Brendan Venter, all of them from Bloemfontein, the Cheetahs. Grey College is 5 minutes away. It's a power base for us as well. And the universities, we've got two universities, University of Shimlas and Central University of Technology. Once again, I think it's the people. The spirit and the passion for rugby in this part of the world, that's the strength. That will carry us through.
And what does the future look like for the Cheetahs?
Well, once again, it's a challenge, but I see a bright future. You know, we've been in existence over 125 years, and we're celebrating it this year, this difficult year. And I see another 125 years for the Cheetahs ahead. But there's work to be done on the transformation side of the business. To bring more supporters through, all the supporters in Bloemfontein and the bigger Bloemfontein Mangaung. But we'll overcome those challenges, and we will once again build a strong entity. We're busy. Look at other possibilities, competition-wise, player base-wise. We've built here a new Toyota Institute of Rugby, not an academy. And we'll bring youngsters through that will show the way ahead. Coaches-wise, we train our coaches. Malusi and Tetwa, the young backline coach for the future, might be the future of Rassie Erasmus spot.
Just have to squeeze this in. You have Frans Steyn back now. He's playing as a senior. He was obviously one of your juniors here before. Yeah. What's it like having him back?
Wonderful. You know, Frans is a character on its own. He's a strong man. He's a fantastic rugby player. He was part of 2 World Cup wins. He was at school here at Grey College. He's from Bethlehem, part of the world where I'm from, the Eastern Free State. We play rugby there. That's very important. Yeah, it's very, very important to have players like him and Ruan Pienaar in the fold to carry the youngsters through difficult times and to help us to win the cup again. So it's important to have Frans with us.
Great, and hopefully you will have Ruan Pienaar back in a few weeks' time as he recovers from that injury. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time. That was the outgoing managing director, also the former president of the Cheetahs, Harold Verster, just on his thoughts on the future or the legacy of rugby in the country, given all the challenges that rugby in the Free State has gone through.